And it's Ken Kraetzer at West Point with Army head coach Jeff Monken. And coach, a lively practice out there today, very spirited when you went to your huddle. What have you been working on? What would you say to him today?
Spirited would be one way to describe what I said. I didn't think today's practice was very good. I was a little disappointed. I watched more of the offensive practice than the defensive practice, which I typically do, but just not from a mental standpoint what I hoped it would be, and it's got to improve. So hopefully it'll be better tomorrow. We're going to need it to be for us to be prepared for Saturday.
So you said on the call yesterday that Matt Bradshaw would likely be ready to play, and obviously it was a tough game against Notre Dame. What are some of the things that you work on to try to rebound from a tough game for the offense?
Well, just build our confidence back. We didn't do a very good job moving the football consistently. We had some good plays and we blocked them at times, but physically they were a really, really good football team and tough to block and tough to get open on. I mean, they got some great players just all the way around. Everybody's job was more difficult because we were playing a really talented football team. So try to get better at the things we do, get prepared for this game, and this is a really important game for us.
And Saturday, Morgan State comes in, second time in a few years we've seen them. For us, it's a historically well-known school in terms of their ROTC program. Also, they were a powerhouse team back in the 1940s and into the 1950s. They might have played against anybody in college football. What are some of the things that you see with their team this year that's going to be a challenge for Army?
Well, they got a big football team. I just look at the matchups we got on the lines. They got a 340-pound defensive lineman. They got a kick returner that's really, really dynamic. I think they've got good skill, and I think they're well coached. I'm not familiar with everybody on their staff. I do know Mike Fanoga, and I mentioned that in the press conference a couple of days ago, and I've known him for many, many years, and he's well respected in our profession, a great coach. I know he's going to have a heck of a plan. So we're going to have to get prepared to play our best football. There's plenty of guys they got on their team that I think when you just match them up physically will match up well with our guys.
And Senior Day on Saturday, has been some outstanding seniors that we've watched play. But also, as you said on Tuesday, a lot of players, several players who have been on the practice squad and worked hard in practice every day for years and get occasional playing time. What are some of the players that stand out just for their sheer effort in contributing to the program?
Oh, I think a guy like Paul Andrew Roden. He got hurt on the opening kickoff of the Buffalo game in 2014 and really struggled to come back from that knee injury. Didn't play at all the rest of that year, didn't play at all last year, and has been on the scout team all this year. And he's not the same guy that he was 2 years ago. And I know it's been tough on him emotionally. He wanted to play and make a contribution, and that's what he's doing every day. He works really, really hard. He's got a great attitude. I mentioned guys the other day, Javon Simon and Matt Kaufman. Matt came in here as a quarterback. We moved him to safety after last spring. And those guys aren't getting a lot of playing time, but they work really hard. They've both been practicing with the veterans and the number ones and twos, though they're not getting a lot of reps. But we do that with those guys because they're seniors and they've earned their place there. And Matt's also been very valuable playing on that side as the quarterback. So 2 weeks ago when we were getting ready to play an option team, he lined up a quarterback and did a really nice job. So those guys stand out. And a lot of these guys as seniors are playing really for the first time. Colby Enegren was kind of on again, off again, but he's had several starts this year, and proud of him. Elijah St. Hilaire has probably played this year more than he's ever played in his career. Joe Walker, and what a great story about humility. He's a guy that started as a sophomore and has kind of seen some younger guys beat him out, but he still comes to work and has a great attitude and helps those young guys and has helped them get better. So that's a few of them.
Well, Elijah St. Hilaire we met last year during the summer practices, and what a thrill it must have been to be returning the kickoffs versus Notre Dame last week.
Oh, I wish he didn't have to go out there so many darn times, but He's doing a good job, and he's found a niche and found a job that he really can contribute to the team.
Absolutely. Coach Jeff Monken, thank you very much. Best wishes from everybody at the American Legion.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Ken Kraetzer for Sons of the American Legion Radio at West Point.